Honor Magic7 Lite has just been presented globally, although it does not have that name yet. Its official name is Honor X9c, but it is exactly the same device, so there will be some countries where it will have the Magic name and other countries where it will arrive under the X series. The same thing happened with Honor X9b and the Honor Magic6 Lite. So join me in getting to know its specs so you can get to know it. Although I must anticipate that it might disappoint in some things and surprise in others. It looks like it will be a bittersweet device. As Honor has been doing for several generations, this device will focus a lot on endurance. So it is said to be improved in this aspect on the endurance aspect, being able to withstand drops from 2 meters. Although we would have to see the fine print to know in what kind of terrain and more details, but it seems that its glass really will be very hard. It repeats with 5 stars by SGS, placing it in the first place. It also has the IP65M level of resistance against water and dust. Honestly, it's a level I hadn't seen because the letter M, I'm not sure what it stands for. However, in the fine print, Honor notes the following. This phone is not professionally water resistant. It has been tested in Honor's lab environment and shows no functional issues after being rinsed with a 12.5 liter per minute water flow for 3 minutes and left standing for 24 hours. So, although in some promotional images it appears slightly submerged in water, it will not actually have that level of resistance to be submerged to a greater depth. It will possibly withstand being submerged for a very short time at a shallow depth. So still in water resistance is not going to be the most advanced against competitors, mainly from Samsung and Motorola, that usually integrate higher levels of resistance. The device, like past generations, comes with a very stylish finish, a very slim profile with only 7 points, 98 millimeters thick, and a weight of 189 grams. In this case, Honor communicates that this device has a titanium finish but leaves things to free interpretation. From my perspective, sure, it's only a titanium aesthetic, but I'm pretty sure they won't be specifically using titanium material in the frame or anywhere else. But this will have to be confirmed a little later because I insist that for now they have not been very clear. Honor assures that this device also has a very high resistance against scratches, so as you realize, the design is going to be one of the highlights of this device. In fact, they also claim that this device is capable of operating in very cold environments and in very hot environments, so it will withstand extreme climates down to -30 degrees Celsius or up to 55 degrees Celsius. The display will be another very good quality element in this device. Its size is 6.78 inches and it will offer us AMOLED technology to have very intense colors, high contrast and everything that we are already used to from this type of screen technologies. But here the most remarkable thing is that this screen is able to reach a peak brightness of 4000 nits. Also, it has 120 Hz and its resolution is slightly higher than Full HD. So I think it has good capabilities. And again, as we are used to from Honor, they point out different visual comfort features that this display has. Also certified by TUV, it offers 3840 Hz of dimming, so that even when you're watching the screen in very low brightness at night, this flickering doesn't get to be so tiring on the eyes. Fortunately, it also has stereo sound, and with respect to the cameras, there is a major improvement over the last generation as it now integrates optical stabilization, something that definitely had to have been integrated for several generations. But finally, we see this feature that will allow better photo capture with its sensor, which is still the same 108 megapixels, which is going to offer us zoom without loss of quality in 3x's. So, we are going to see good quality possibly in some photographs, but it is not a device that gets to stand out too much in camera, because although the main camera could be relatively good, its sensor is not too big, although in conjunction with the f1.75 aperture and pixel binding could achieve good results in low lighting conditions. However, the next camera is not so attractive because it is an ultra-wide camera of only 5 megapixels, just like the last generation, a complete disappointment with f2.2 aperture. So it comes only with these two cameras, it doesn't include a telephoto camera or something more advanced. So I insist that in cameras it's not really something very advanced. Fortunately, they have eliminated the macro camera that was useless. It is better that they invest that small budget they saved in some other things like improving the resistance. The front camera remains with 16 megapixels and f aperture 2.45 plus fixed focus, so do not expect a complete revolution in the section of selfies. Although it is capable of recording video in 4K, I think this device is not going to get to stand out too much in that section either. But where it will definitely be able to draw attention will be in its battery, which has a capacity of 6,600 mAh, an important evolution with respect to the last generation that already had a battery that was of very good quality with long duration, which in conjunction with a not so powerful processor achieved something spectacular. So it is expected that this device will once again be one of the protagonists with respect to battery life. Although we will have to wait for the launch in other countries, because last year, curiously, the Honor Magic 6 Lite was launched with different battery capacity for different regions. So it is a fact that we still have to wait to confirm when it arrives in your country specifically. In this case, it supports 66-watt wired charging and does not support wireless charging, reversible wireless charging, or anything like that. Fortunately, it has NFC and also Bluetooth, but in version 5.1, it also still doesn't support Wi-Fi 6 networks, and all this thanks to it having a bit of an old processor. We are talking about the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. That is, it has exactly the same processor as the last generation, and I think this is where you are possibly going to be more disappointed. If in the camera we had already seen little evolution, in the processor we are definitely talking about null evolution. And it really is not a bad processor that will cause the device to go completely frozen, but I'm pretty sure that in the same price range, all devices, or at least the vast majority, will have much more powerful and modern processors. The device is available in 3 different colors: titanium purple, titanium black, and jade. From the factory, it comes with Android 14 and on top of Magic OS 8.0, where we will surely see several artificial intelligence functions, but as I have already told you in other content, these artificial intelligence features have to wait to see how they are adapted in different regions. Finally, let's talk about the price, because for now this device has been presented in Malaysia and some other nearby regions. And in its most basic version of 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage, its approximate price is $345. I'll also let you know that a 512 gigabyte storage edition is available at a slightly higher price. Let me know in the comments what you think of this device and what you think of the things that have evolved.